Welcome everybody to LevelMDiecast, arguably the most popular segment we do on the show. Of course, this is Diecast Haul, episode 26. Coming to you, we got a ton of stuff. We've been collecting for a little bit. It's been about 2 weeks since we had a nice, decent haul, so we're just going to get into this. Some of the stuff that we cover will be stuff that, picked up in my most recent peg hunts, which is some Super Mario action. So I do have a few from the Super Mario stuff here. There is a new release for the monster trucks. This is kind of in the same line as the Jurassic World stuff. There is the mix on the back. Unfortunately, I do not have Bowser quite yet, but I do have Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi. So Yoshi is number 3. Go ahead and get him out of there. So Yoshi is the Roger Dodger, which looks pretty good. There is some details on the top. Get this around the correct way. Super Mario got some coins, got some stars on there. Of course, nice high quality print. Says Yoshi on the side. There is Yoshi in the flesh. Looking pretty good. Does have some gold print on the bead lock for the wheels. There is the casting of Roger Dodger. They've used this one bazillions of times, so that one is pretty cool. We'll bring over Mario. Take a look at Mario real quick. So Mario is kind of the Chevy truck. I'm sure there's an actual name for this casting, but this is basically like the Chevy truck for the monster trucks. So there is Mario on the side. Just says Mario. Has some coins. There is Shroom Guy right there. Or Toad, I guess his name. Some more here. Prints are looking pretty good. Red and blue. Again, just a little bit of gold print on the bead lock for the wheels. That one looks pretty good. And then the last one that I currently have is Luigi. So unfortunately, I don't have Bowser, so I'll go ahead and crack open the Luigi here. I think Luigi is the trophy truck. Again, there's going to be a name for these, but it's essentially the trophy truck. There is Luigi there on the top. Again, more coins. Pretty low-key decos on these. Again, gold print on the beadlock wheels, so really low-key prints on these. So let's see here. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff, guys. I have a ton of stuff. All right, so we have a lot more Hot Wheels stuff. Let's just get into some premium stuff. Did pick up this RLC. This is the blue Lamborghini. Did pick this up. Got fortunate enough to find a seller for this. Got this for a pretty good deal. So this is the Selections Lambo in blue, which looks fantastic. Really like that one a lot. Looks pretty good. So pretty happy about that one. Again, I'm just getting really into these RLCs now, so we'll see how many I actually end up picking up. Let's just put this guy right there. This one's particularly nice, though. This is an older RLC. Did pick this one up. 91 BMW M3. Been wanting this one for a little bit. There is the M3 in all of its awesome Spectra Flame Blue. Does have opening doors. Typically, there would be a rubber band on this one, but since I bought this one secondhand, the rubber band has since been removed, but it looks fantastic. Ultra shiny. So, looks good. Looks good. Definitely like that one. Snap the cover back on there. Boom. Crack that up in there. Put him over there in the stack. And my very first NFT. Yes, I did pick up an NFT. I actually got this in a trade with some other stuff. I actually traded my extra purple Dodge Tradesman's van and some cash to get this one. This is the Corvette CAR. I did pick this one up because this is a casting that I collect. And of course, you guys have watched me do anything with Mini GT. You know I love GT3 class cars. There is the NFT. So let's just go ahead and rip this open. Oh, no. This one is definitely not being ripped open. Definitely not. But it looks really good. Very fantastic. I like it a lot. Spectra Flame Gold. Kind of a bummed out. There's no taillight print on it, which is ridiculous. but does have that nice foil print on the card. So super, super shiny. Just says NFT Garage on the back. So definitely happy to have an NFT, but like I said, I just got this because this is a casting I collect, a particular casting I collect. I'll show that guy in the back. Did pick up a few Innos. So I don't have, I think I'm only going to have one Inno in my entire collection. But you guys do know that we absolutely love the R33 Skyline here on Level M. So Inno has come out with the R33 Skyline finally. So this is the, stock GTR in purple, which looks fantastic. Really, really like this. Looks good. Is pretty good. Details on the bottom, should you want those deets. So obviously we're not going to crack open the case itself. And then of course I got the blue one. So there's 2 standard colors for the standard GTR available at launch. So this one looks fantastic. I'm sure there's going to be a ton more coming down the pipeline, but they didn't stop at the GTR. They did do the 400R. And of course I picked those ones up because these are 8 million times better. This one in yellow is fantastic. I love the white wheels on it. Looks super, super good. Absolutely fantastic. Such a good casting. Did a fantastic job. Really, really good job. It says Nismo right there on the top too. Looks pretty good. We're just going to bury our NFT. And then, of course, we got the red one. So you guys can let me know what you think is better, red or yellow. Personally, I'm digging the red. I think the red looks a lot better. So hopefully they'll come out with silver. And I think they also did midnight purple in the 400R. It's extremely rare, but I'm pretty sure they made it in that. So that is that. Now, I do have more Hot Wheels, but nothing fancy. I do have a couple of just regular basics from back in the day. Factory sealed set. I didn't have this guy with the, what I call the double blades or the double saw blades. Not exactly sure what the name of that particular wheel is. But I didn't have this one in the double saw blades. That's got it in just the regular saw blade. Or 3-spoke, I guess, if you want to call it that. Get this out the blister. Blister is completely yellowed. Get that out of here. Nothing fancy, fantasy casting, but this does harken back to the Ultra Hots days. Blue card era and stuff like that, transitioning from the 90s. So I do collect that particular casting, so had to pick that guy up. And then, of course, I do collect this casting too, as long as it's not the one with the motor blowing out the back, because I think it looks ridiculous. So I just get the versions that are, regular looking. This one also was from factory sealed set at some point in time. It could have been a winner at some point in time. I don't think it's like an instant winner. But I don't know if anybody ever actually won this thing because everybody keeps everything sealed. So there's a code on the back. So I don't think it was an instant win. But there is the shovel nose. It has a functioning dump bucket and whatnot in there. It is in a candy red with some flames. It's flat black on the top, so it's all right. So I'll throw that guy down there. As a matter of fact, the bucket's upside down. The bucket is upside down. So we will pop that off of there. We'll get the bucket on there correctly. Get that popped in there. There we go. Now the bucket's in the right way. There we go. So I guess technically that was an error, but not really. All right, we do have the Diecast. I have a whole bunch of stuff from the Diecast picked up, 2023 Diecast. Honda Super Club. This is a new casting last year. This is the first recolor, I believe. This in a kind of a baby blue with a red seat and white frame. So pull this guy out of there. There is your Honda Super Club. That looks pretty cool. Just your standard 3-spoke wheels on there. Nothing fancy. A little bit of print on that side. Actually, that is from the rivet. It's a rivet mark. So it's unfortunately that all the paint's been knocked off of that. Head gasket. This one looks pretty good. It says 68 on the side because, Hot Wheels is from 68. Of course, this is from Hot Wheels Sports. It is a helmet, which looks pretty cool. I do like the orange wheels with the blue chrome foil print on there. Matte finish on the helmet. Looks pretty good. Chrome. So that guy's pretty nice. We'll throw that guy down there. Got plenty of more cars from the Diecast. This one is decoed up for the 55th. This is the Count Muscula. This was a new casting last year. This is a track car, so it does have the adjustable spoiler. This one doesn't really want to stay up, but it is adjustable. Matte black finish. It says Hot Wheels graphics on the hood, red and gold. So kind of in the same colors as the 55th anniversary set that they've done. So that one looks pretty good. So that guy. Next one up, this one is the Regenstein mod. Sorry, I just had a complete loss of brain function there. So this one's also done up for the 55th, except for this is like a blue and orange deco. I do really like kind of this exposed framework. This is a pretty cool casting. So I think I do have every version of this. I think this might be the 4th or 5th version. It's not a very old casting, but it looks pretty good. I do like all the chrome. The orange window is actually not too bad. You can see engine detail down in there behind the framework. Looks pretty good. Of course, it is a plastic base. Looks pretty good. So I'll throw that guy down there. A little bit of yin and yang on the 55th. Licensed stuff now. We're going to have some McLaren Elva. This is the newest color. I believe this is the 3rd color for this. This was a new casting last year. If I remember correctly, there was 2 colors last year. This one in gold with some white stripes on the front. A little bit of a McLaren logo just barely on the front. You can't even read it because it's so small. A little bit of print on these little scoop areas here. But that's it. No print on the back. Little bit of striping on the side. Looks good with these wheels. It's a decent casting. It's really nothing to go home with. It's whatever. Now this casting is pretty cool. This is the Chrysler Pacifica. This is the newest version of this one. This one was a regular treasure hunt, I think last year, in white. This one's all muddied up. Looks very, very good. I like all the deets on the side. Mud studs. A little bit of black print on the dirty tires. Looks good. Brown base to, make sure it's all filthy. Looks good in the silver. So I always like that casting. I think that one's pretty cool. I know it's not for everybody, but usually Hot Wheelsifies stuff, and it's just not that great. But that one actually is pretty nice. It's actually a pretty cool Hot Wheelsified one. I really, really like the Lucid Air. I think that if I had an unlimited amount of money and I was going to buy an electric car, it would be a Taycan Turbo and a Lucid Air. Those are the 2 electric cars I would drive. I really, really like this particular one. And then, of course, Porsche is Porsche. That's all you got to say. This one comes in a nice gold champagne. Absolutely fantastic. Prints look very, very good on this one. Really good casting. A little bit of print right there on the pillar. Looks very, very good. Like the detail on there. It says Lucid on the back. Love the wheel choice. Same wheel that they had on the first edition version last year. But I really like that one. Looks really, really good in that color. All right, Ford Mustang Mach-E 1400. Got your RTR on there. Ford Performance. Hot Wheels Drag Strip Series. Get them to hopefully pop out of it. There we go. This is a pretty cool Hot Wheels. It makes the Mach-E cool. I really don't think the Mach-E is that great in real life, but this is a pretty cool one. Deco looks pretty good. Do like the wheels on there. They look pretty good. Prints on the top says Ford Performance, which looks good. Striping and everything looks good on there as well. Of course, the spoiler is metal. So that one is pretty good. Throw that guy down there. This one is not a licensed casting, but this is the Lolux. This is the 3rd release of this. I think this was a new casting last year. And then we got it in red and blue. Now we do get it in this kind of turquoise kind of color, which looks pretty good. I do like all that print on the hood, which looks pretty good. It says Lolux on there. It says Hot Wheels Race Engineering. So that's pretty cool. This is one of the cooler generic castings they've done in a little while. I really like it. Like I said, I really like all this exposed kind of like bodywork looking stuff to it. So that one is pretty cool. I've been wanting to hopefully customize something like that at some point in time. We'll see if that ever happens. All right, this is a very interesting one. So this is the Braille Racer, the twin mill Braille Racer. So it does have Braille on the blister. Couldn't tell you what that says, but it probably says the name of the model. And then the model itself has got Braille all over it as well. I think this is super cool. It's a really cool idea that they came up with. I love just the white and gray. It's just very, very basic. It looks really, really good. So there's some Braille on the back. There's some Braille on this side. Some Braille on the opposite side. And then, of course, you do have Braille on the bottom. So there is the Dietz. Looks pretty good. I do like that one. It's a pretty nice version of the twin mill. Newest Nissan Leaf. This one is the Nismo RCO2 in red. So we did get a red one last year, but I think that was maybe a Kroger exclusive, I believe. It was kind of an interesting deco. It was different than this one. This is a completely different one. I like the full front print on this one. Looks pretty good. Details on the side. Looks like the print didn't quite come out that well, especially on the in, but that's okay. This one is very symmetrical. So it is exact side to side. A little bit of print on the side of the wing as well. It says Nissan Nismo. So we'll put that down there. A little bit of a race car theme going on. This one's pretty cool. BMW 507. I actually do have this casting, or not this casting, this model in 1/18 scale. And I've never really seen a 507 really at all ever in diecast other than that. But now we do have one in the Hot Wheels. 1/64 scale. I really, really like the Steelies. The Steelies look really good. With the white striping on there, the BMW logo in that grille. BMW logo on the front. Looks pretty good. No prints on the back. Nice red interior. It's a pretty good casting, actually. It's actually a pretty nice one. I did a pretty good job on that one. All right, sorry about that. This would be your super if there was a super, but unfortunately I did not find a super. This is just the regular, the Lotus Evija, I think is how you pronounce it. Another electric car. This was a new casting last year. This one looks absolutely fantastic in this candy red. This super is actually pretty nice too. Does have some chrome wheels for the super. It does say Lotus in the back there between the two vent areas, but very, very difficult to see that. And then there's a little bit of red striping right there on the base. And then, of course, you're just front Dietz on there with your Lotus logo. So that looks pretty good. So quite a bit of race cars going on here. Grab our next tranche. This is the newest color for the tuned 83 Chevy Silverado. I think this is the third or fourth color. This one's a little bit more fantasy style, a little bit more Hot Wheels deco style. The first ones were, pretty much factory color options you'd get on your square body. So this one looks pretty cool. I do like this casting. I like their new version of tuned. I think it looks pretty good. Although I did see, some pictures of that new Supra tuned, and I don't know about that one. That one I still need to get in hand. We'll see what happens. All right, cars of the 80s. Love this theme. This one looks pretty good too. 84 Chevy Corvette. This casting's been around forever. It's been modified a few times. So it's definitely a lot cheaper to hold in hand than the original one from the 80s. Also, the hood obviously doesn't open. But this still looks pretty good. This still holds true to 80s Corvette genre, especially for 80s Hot Wheels. There is the base Dietz. See, this was essentially a new casting in 2012, and then they modified it again in 2020. But that one looks pretty good in gold. Just slide that guy right there. This one is particularly nice. This is the 86 Toyota van. This is the newest color. This is the third version to be released, and of course, it's the best one by far. Just all this brown and all that kind of stuff like that just screams old school. I do like the fact that they did not print over the track bar, essentially for the sliding door. I think that's a pretty cool detail. So kudos to Hot Wheels for designing that correctly. Full deco prints on the back, does say Toyota. The taillight prints look pretty good. Of course, this model does have lensed headlights, so they don't need to have any print on the front, but there is Toyota embossed in the middle. I really like this casting. Such a good casting. It's super, super cool. Ultra unique. Like only Hot Wheels can do. This is the Peanuts Snoopy. This is his doghouse. So that one looks pretty good. I actually have one of these in premium. I've never had one in just basic, so did pick this one up so that I can have one in basic. Of course, it's not going to be as fancy as premium, but it is what it is. You see mine has a little bit of a paint chip, unfortunately, on the doghouse. So that's a bummer, but this casting does have a lot of metal in it. It's pretty much all metal, which looks pretty good. The base is plastic. The engine's metal, and the doghouse is metal. There is Snoopy. Snoopy with a little bit of print on there. Looks pretty good. No details on the back. Does have a wheelie bar, but doesn't really do much of anything. And then arguably the best one in the mix, I think, for the D case is this 82 Cadillac Seville. Super stoked about this one. I think this is super cool. Most of you guys will probably be like, I definitely like the R32, but this one is the money for me. It's a nice, decent sized casting. It's got some girth to it. It looks super good. It does have chrome base, lace wheels, integrated taillights. Looks super good. Very faithful representation of the original Seville from the Blackwell era. A little bit of print on that rear pillar there in silver. Very difficult to see. It's got the Cadillac logo on there, though. There is your ridiculous chrome base. So 1980 and 2011 Mattel. Really like that one a lot. Look how big that is compared to the rest of them. It's a big guy. It's a big guy. Now, I will tell you guys, just so you guys are aware, or at least I thought. There we go. I did pick this up, but I don't collect this casting. I don't like this casting, so I am going to move this on to somebody who wants this casting. So I just wanted to point out that is part of the D case. I did get it, but I'm not going to crack it open because I really could care less about an R32. So I do apologize. We do have some Matchbox action here. Old School Hero City. This is from 2004. This is the 360 Modena Spider. There's a super minty card too. So I picked this guy up because I do not have the logoed version of this. You see that Hero City logo on there? It means it is a quote-unquote chase. So if you get one with the logo, that is supposed to be the rare one. So I do have one without a logo. Now I have one with the logo. This casting is a pretty decent one. Definitely pretty nice for Matchbox. It was a very interesting era that this came out from. So 2001 was when this was a new casting. That one is pretty good. I do have another Ferrari here. This one is a little bit older. This is from the 2000 series. This is the 456 GT, one of my all-time favorite Ferraris. You can see this one is a logo model as well. This is from Matchbox 2000. This is what the kind of logos started with for Matchbox. This was their version of treasure hunts, basically. And it was extremely popular in 2000, but they carried it over in 2001, and it just wasn't popular after that. This is a pretty good casting. Looks pretty good. It does have some suspension in there a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. It's a really nice casting. Full details on this. Look at the details. The print on the back. Absolutely fantastic. Full print on the front. Ferrari logo and everything, and that nice champagne gold as well. So that one is pretty nice. And then I got one that's not desirable at all from Hero City. Again, this is a logo model. You see the logos right there. So you got to watch out for those logos. Just not one that I had. So I was able to pick this up locally. So there is the Hero City logo on that one. It would just be separate if it wasn't on there. So I have the one without logo. Now I needed one with logo. And then this is the last one that I have to crack. I don't have this one without logo. So I actually have this one with the logo. I don't have this one without a logo. So we're going to go ahead and crack this open. Volkswagen Beetle 4x4. So if you guys are current Matchbox collectors, the Beetle 4x4 that they currently have was modified from this original casting. This particular one had an opening hood, although it doesn't open all that far. It doesn't really do anything. That's as far as it opens, unfortunately. But it is a very good casting. This one in lifeguard garb with some red wheel or windows. Very interesting era of Matchbox for sure. And not necessarily in a good way either. All right, what else we got here? All right, got some Maisto. Now, there has been a ridiculous amount of case assortments of these single Maistos at Walmart. So if you're looking for a model and you've seen it in a multi-pack, just wait. It's almost guaranteed that it's in a single pack at some point in time. So this is their kind of Sprinter van. It's a generic, but this one looks really good. It is the ambulance. It says Adventure Force on the side, of course, because that is the Walmart version of Maisto. Prints all the way around. Looks very, very good. Casting's a little skinny, but it's very, very detailed up. Looks pretty good. I do like me some Maisto stuff. So we're going to kind of put him back there because we're running out of space. Picked up the F-150 as well. This one in orange. I do have the first one in red and white. Now this one in orange and cream. So pretty excited to get this one as well. Trying to avoid having to buy those big packs and get stuff that I either have or don't want. This one is a very good casting, although the bed is completely plastic. Just the cab is metal. But it looks really good. It does have Ford print on the front with some chrome details. Looks pretty good. They do kind of sacrifice the material qualities for details. There's the details on the bottom. 1977 Ford F-150 pickup. Put him there. Picked up this Volkswagen bus as well. So I have another color of this one, but I didn't have this color in orange. And at least I'm pretty sure I don't have this color. I guess when I go to put this away in the collection, I might have this color. Who knows? But at the end of the day, it was only $1, and it's pretty cool. So the white is all plastic. The orange is the metal part. Details on the bottom looks good. Wheel choice is pretty good. There is no interior on this guy, unfortunately. And then the base looks pretty good, pretty detailed, but no interior. Almost every single one of the Maistos don't have an interior. Next one up, this is the M3. So I did have the red one. I didn't have the newest color in black. So super stoked to get the M3. I think this is a fantastic casting. This one in a nice metallic black. Looks fantastic. There's the detail on the front. It says M3 in the grill. This one looks really, really good if you put a wheel swap on it. Obviously, it doesn't look all that great because it's, cheap. It's cheap Maisto. But this one looks pretty good. There is the deets. So definitely like that casting as well. Another one is the Lamborghini. This is some ridiculous name. We'll figure out what it is when I crack it open. It'll be on the base. So they've done 2 colors of this one thus far. There it is, the Terzo Millennial. This is the second color that they've done for this. The first one was in black. This one is in white. It's got some pretty good details on it. A lot of, deco printed stuff. The wheels are pretty cool. I do like the orange on the wheels. Taillights are done up. That looks pretty good. Details on the top. It's a very, very wide model. So that one looks pretty good. Unfortunately, he's not quite in the shot. Last Maisto I have, this is the Ford Bronco, the classic Ford Bronco. I do have the baby blue one with the white top. I didn't have the green one with the white top, so pretty happy to add this one and get him out of the blister card there. There we go. There is the classic Bronco, 1966 Ford Bronco. Again, no interior. Top does not come off. Looks pretty good, though. Prints on the front. White surround looks very, very nice. Definitely needs a wheel swap. No doubt about it. But looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right, we got a couple of straggler weird things going on here. I did pick up this guy from a dump bin. So this is an original Micro Machines super carrier. So the idea was that this thing would auto load. So you sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But realistically, it's supposed to go back. You'd put a car on there. There's a little gear in the rear axle, and then you bring it up. And sometimes this thing doesn't. There it goes. And then realistically, it would just auto load itself. It was a gimmick. The extra piece here is kind of bent up a little bit, just from being in a dump bin. But the rest of the model is fantastic. So I'll pick that up because it's super cool, super unique. So let's actually put this guy over here, because he doesn't really roll because there's a gear in there. All right, these are pretty cool. So I really like Karama, but they're kind of difficult to get in the U.S. You'd come across them every once in a while, so I tend to focus on just trucks from them. You see these are 1/80th scale. They have the weirdest packaging ever. So it's got this window box, but if you turn it around, there's no window in the back. And that's not accidental, that's deliberate. There's no window in the back. And then they're blistered to the base, which is really, really weird. It's just really, really weird. I did buy these in a lot, so I have quite a few of these that we're going to go over. This first one is the Shell Tinker Truck. We're just going to crack him open, pull him out of the box. See, there is just a blister. So just get the blister. There we go. Okay. Very weird. See, it sits in a blister. It's very, very weird design. So you got to separate the blister, and then you can pull the model off. It's just weird that these are packaged this way. It's really the weirdest packaging I think I've ever seen. You just got to be really careful. When you pull them off, there we go. So there is our Shell Tinker Truck. It is a Mercedes. See, it's got absolutely fantastic print on it. Side mirrors look fantastic. Really good detail. Rubber tires. It's got rubber tires. Looks absolutely fantastic. Just really, really, really good. Look at the details on the back. Just ridiculous. I mean, these things are super, super cool. There is the base Dietz. It's all plastic on the base. It still looks pretty good. I like the details a lot. Now, the only thing that's metal is the cab. Everything else is plastic. But it looks fantastic. It looks so good. Like it's so good. It looks so good just sitting there. And I love Euro style trucks. Euro style trucks are super, super cool. So I kind of want these in the shot. So let me move some other stuff out of the way. Even the Cadillac. We got a little bit of a smaller studio space here. A little bit more focused, but definitely smaller. I do have one more tanker truck. This one just says Euro gas. It's kind of a generic deco on this one, but it is the exact same casting of the previous one. So we'll take him out of there. Get the blister separated. Oof. I hate opening these things because they're really fragile. There we go. As a matter of fact, one of the ones we're going to look at is already broken. I'll explain when we get to it. So just got to separate the plastic. Okay, there we go. It just slides out from the side. Slides out from the side. Oh, man. Really hate opening these. They're really difficult. There we go. All right, so this is our other tanker truck. You see it is a Mercedes. Is the exact same. Same exact Dietz between the two. Or same model. Of course, the prints are different. They're decoed up differently. But it is exactly the same casting. This one actually looks pretty cool. This is all print. That is not a sticker. It's all print on the side. This is all print as well. Really, really good quality. Like the print on the back. Looks pretty good. Very, very nice. I just like trucks. I just really like trucks. Trucks are cool. All right, this one might require some assembly. This is a fire truck. There's a little bit of an apparatus piece in the back. A lot of these models, I've never even really seen. Just kind of came across all these. So we're just gonna figure this out together as we crack it open. This one is also a Mercedes, I believe. This one may require a little bit more involved opening. So we'll get the blister part separated, hopefully. There we go. See, some of them come off relatively well, but the rest of them not so much. Okay, so there's the little piece it came with, and that may not even attach to the fire truck at all. It may just be on there for some other purpose. This one is going to be interesting. All right, let's just gonna do this and make this a little bit easier for ourselves. So I'm going to cut the back of this plastic off. There we go. And then that way I can pull that off from around the wheel. And then pull the front, hopefully. There we go. See, they loop around the wheels. It's just really weird the way that they hold them on there. I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's different. But it's definitely something else. Now there is a little bit of a strap on here to hold the functioning ladder, so we'll get that removed. A little bit of tape on there. All right. Very, very interesting. So there is the bucket. So the bucket comes down that you actually stand in. The ladder does raise. And then looks like it has it's got a 3-stage boom. So 1, 2, 3 stages. It's very, very, look at that. It's a pretty decent ladder. That actually looks pretty good. Of course, as you'd expect, it does rotate 360. There's no outriggers though, but you can see that the ladder is pretty light because it doesn't fall over. So just get that rolled back around, get that folded up in there. Now this is not like cheap plastic. This is actually really good quality plastic. It says Fire Rescue on the front. Looks like that's the same casting as the 2 tanker trucks, just with a different back end on it. So there is details in there for the stabilizers, but they're just not included. See, there's 2 little marks in the back. So we'll take our little accessory piece here, which does have wheels on it. Doesn't roll though, but it has wheels on it. This part rolls. But this just connects to the back. Those 2 little notches. Very, very tight. And there you go. A little bit of an assembly on the back. For additional hoses or something like that. It does say Fire Brigade on there. It is not licensed or anything like that. And then there is your base deets on this one. See, the ladder piece is a little crooked. Ooh. Unfortunately, that's just how it was molded. If I try to pop that out, it will definitely break. So we'll put that guy down there. I still got a couple more. Now, this is the one that I told you is broken. So this one popped off the blister in transit, unfortunately. And it caused it to break. This is not... It's not the fault of the seller. It is what it is. So it's definitely a bummer that it's broken, but things happen. So we'll slide this out. This is the Scania cement truck. This one I'll try to work some scissor magic to try not to mess with it too much because it is broken. I will show you where it's broken because I already knew it was broken in the package. So let me try to get this apart without causing any further turmoil. There we go. So slide and slide and slide. Now this is where it's broken in the back. You see the piece here. There it goes. So it just sits in there. It's not supposed to move. It's actually a fixed piece. So I'll just glue that back in there. It's not that big a deal. But there is the deets in the back. Looks really, really good. The chevrons look good. It does have a rotating drum. And then, of course, it is a Scania, which is a super cool casting. Look at that. Oh, it looks wicked cool. 144L. Looks fantastic. Really, really like this a lot. There's the deets on the bottom. That one is fantastic. I love the quad axle setup. Yeah, man, it's such a cool one. They squeak a lot. They squeak when you rotate them, but it looks pretty good. I can fix that guy later. Not that big a deal. All right, the last one I have is actually a 2-parter, which is actually pretty cool. So this one is a flatbed tow truck, and yes, that is a 2-door RAV4 on the back of it. That's super, super cool. So we're just going to get this guy open and take a look at the RAV4. Take a look at the truck. It should be functioning. It should dump and do all that good stuff like that. Slide this out of there. Again, just on those weird blisters. There we go. Foot. Yep, there we go. Ooh. All right. I know, it's just... Maybe I should have done the scissors in the first place with all of them. Might have made it a little bit less treacherous. Just makes more cleanup. So, oh man, I hate... You have to break the plastic. If you don't break the plastic, you can't get them apart. So, there we go. The struggle is real, ladies and gentlemen. The struggle is real. Oh, man. Okay. Man. Come on. There we go. All right. Now, the model itself is held on by a little piece of wire. You see it is switched right there. So we'll just go ahead and untwist that guy. There we go. Slide it out. So there is our RAV4. Looking just absolutely ridiculous. Plate details look pretty good. Very, very nice model. It's actually very, very, very detailed. Left-hand drive, which is kind of cool. Spare tire in the back. Some details for the plate. Looks good. There you go. A little bit of detail there. Toyota RAV4. This is Hongwell, which I believe is the parent company for Karama. Look how tiny that is compared to those. It's like super, super small. All right, this is also the same casting as the tankers. This is the Mercedes front end. Does say SOS on the side in yellow. This is more like the 80AC kind of colors. And it does exactly what you'd think. So it is all plastic, but it does go down there. And then, of course, you can put the model on there. Tilts it back up, and then it does slide on the track. It slides back up. Now, it doesn't lock, so it freely moves. But it is tilted down a little bit, so it looks pretty good. This model might be a little bit too small for this truck. I mean, the RAV4 is small, but I mean that's probably too small. But it still looks pretty good, though. Looks pretty good on there. I actually like that one. Probably one of the best ones of the bunch. But there you go. That is episode 26. Whole nice slew of stuff. I really like when I'm able to bring just a ridiculously cool assortment of stuff from high-end stuff to low-end stuff to oddballs to just cool, super, just everything. Just trying to, show everybody that we love everything here at Level M, and we like all walks of diecast. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. LevelMDiecast.